Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you. Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you. It's a very, very beautiful evening, beautiful afternoon and morning. It depends to the part of the world where you watch me from right now. My name is Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter, and this is a program we are. Today we get plenty things them for you. When are things than this way go make you still the confirm say the government where we live or where we get right now na sort of club, social club. Oh, na cartel. Alright, anyway, it left to you how you will get for look at them. But me no say no more. The government every day we sleep and wake, then they lie per week. Every day we sleep and wake, then they lie per week. So today we just don't come again for come talk about different things them where na aim this government don't bank on different things them, because what till we find out now exactly this particular thing we say every day them people here so they explain.
This government every week they get explanation. Every week something they happen, we pass them can explain. It they each tell people and they fed up with the explanation. And that is what we are doing now.
And not of us say the explanation no more way the government again in the thing. Then they explain good. If I for explain, but the lie in plenty inside it. You remember then days they ask what caretaker Bio say how the CLSG waiting way now the light where they come up from Ivory Coast. Now we had now the first country we don't put them on NT. He say we're not going to on follow on search. And indeed we don't go into we phone, we don't search. You know, say this man can always advise people do things the way at the end of the day go get for pulling to assist param. So we don't go watch and we don't see plenty things. Then we find out say this man, in fact, Liberia don't complete 5 months ago. Well, we don't know waiting at the thing if na completion or use or waiting. In fact, Liberia then gets past 1 substation right now. Whereas now 1 more we don't get. We get other 5 or how many for do. Whereas Liberia don't do 5. We go come see all of them 5 then they and get a background again from the Transco. Yeah, CLSG then self the manager as he will get for explain about this whole thing. Well, Francis Ben Kaifala don't say 92% of the people them inside we yard believe 92% of Sierra Leoneans them believe in the fight against corruption. Then trust the fight within the fight against corruption. That I begin to ask now. 92%. That's not, it means say all man. Because the 8% unknown. Okay. Now we go get for do a random survey, but that will get for be tomorrow inside we Blue Mind program. How will they do them? Will they allow people now just that one for do tomorrow? See how many people they call, how many say they believe in the fight against corruption. And how many say they not believe? They will look at then they go get for B. We own short bank because let's tell you something about survey. Then get for ask you say you do am. How comes you reach to that point say? When IGR they do, then they just get few people, them like 100 or 1,000 people, them, yeah, that's they represent the whole of the country. Because they get out and they work am. So we say we work the math tomorrow, eh? We they make una all where they call, we they get a voting system. How many of una believe? Now that one day we dey use, we dey work that day into 100%, and that will represent the people, them. Trust me. We self they do a survey. And in fact, the social media survey, now we do tomorrow. And after we do that, we will get for try for do, like a survey, a pool, like where we send out, we get for be generally to everybody. It go day out, everybody the votes, then we see the records the way they come inside. And after which, we put them again into context, see how many percent say yes, how many percent say no. Then now we get for use bonically one anytime where we dey talk now then we use. So we start to begin talk about data because when they talk say also you get your data win 92% of this anyway. So these are the things them where they inside the program today follow we talk about. But guess what? Dennis Bright, the doctor, tell me this again. I remind you of this thing.
This government every week they get explanation. Every week something they happen, we pass them can explain. It reach tell people and they fed up with the explanation. And that is what we are doing now.
All right, so that explanation there, people actually don't they get fed up. But guess what? Something happened where we talked about yesterday about one baby who died in a police custody. And then another video surfaces starting on the social media of one young boy of one SLMB school in Makeni, where you see he wear a blue uniform, but when they pull the uniform, he actually not get ants them. Yeah. So, but the unfortunate part of that video there, now where we find out say the person who do the video actually not puts, actually put I call that thing the contact for anybody who want for reach to them people there. So unfortunate because people enjoy the see the video. Like me, I vex. Somebody say why he vex. I say because it's all provoking. If you put that kind of thing there out, at least somebody will want to get in contact with that particular Pekin there for see how best they can help them. Elect now 100 Leon safe. Yeah, but now you just put them out, no contact, no day. So for me, I vex because now plenty of people they look for the contact, we're not able. So please, we did do a video tomorrow. Today we don't do them, but we not before do them. We did do a video tomorrow of this boy and ask people for send them around again for let we trace the person we do this thing and put a number of this bubble in mama or in papa, so we go able for contact them, and then we see how best we can able for circulate them again for the people them go able for see, or we go send this message again to the person we do that video there for let do another one, or it just make the right a number on top that video there, it send them back. At least that they go help. And if you do, please send them for we now we WhatsApp number. Yeah, thank you very much. Guess what? Dennis Bright said this government every day, every week they get things there for explaining. And when you say government, all angle, all aspect, the government get for do it, ministry, departments, and agencies them. Well, the police self now one yesterday we carry one star story day, and then we see AYV take them up and then do a report on that particular issue there. So for you, we not been unfortunate for listening yesterday we talk about them, or you will not be know the real story. The Combra instead self don't explain waiting at the cause for picking that one inside the police cell. Let me listen to this with the camera just now.
Well, we are at the Makeni Regional Mortuary to ascertain on the death of a 17-month-old baby who was put in a police cell with her mom, and it has been confirmed by mortuary attendant that indeed the remains of the 17-month-old baby is at the Makeni Regional Mortuary. Mother of deceased child, Kadiatu Kouma, confirmed that she was detained at Pala Police Division on allegation of theft that occurred a month ago.
Mr. Sano, I did get for going fight me Thursday. And me go see this man come up and married. I the cut to do for me picking. I let me picking the eat. So I didn't get for say, they definitely get for them to go now as me and go pan by. Mr. Sano go for talk say, he say I'm go with me. Come please say now for me them go with me, for me them good luck.
Whilst in female cell, her 1-year-old child started exhibiting strange signs and symptoms. According to Kadiatu, she called on the attention of Bendu Fudi, the female officer on duty. Did she respond on her request?
So when go lock me with me picking now, I did it now. Because we enter, I begin say Mama to do. Mama tutu na 1 and 4 months. Mama tutu at the allies. I say, please, I say, help me. I say, somebody help me. I say, female lock up. I say, help me. I dey knock to the mouth. Now they been do for the get for talk. Say me na formula na me dey pa. The still that they cry no more inside. I say, female lock up. Una help me. Say me picky inside now. I no get nothing na inside cell. Na pilap cell. I no get the nuts that wa forgot pa me picky. Now I say una help me for una friend una cough me una go with me na hospital for like get me picky life. I say let me picky no can die here. I say una help me. I dey say let me she don the one I been before the night talk that word. He say let me she don the. So me no say I get picky and me go cause trouble. So now they in the bend before they stay back and they pan cry back na that office stay back. Now they one man na only in back na officer. You come up again. You give me the all inside the knock the domot. Now he say whether they cry inside and now they in the bend before they get for talk. So he say no mena. He say na that woman that old Mr. Sanose for me the lock. He say na they make formula inside so. He say picky confusion do hula. So na they make formula so. Now they demand say say when he say me. He say well he say una open. So when they open now. They meet me picky don't die. The man me beg na me picky don't die. Na no go to for do again. But una help me.
Do the Sierra Leone police aware about the death of this toddler in one of their facilities in Bombali district? Brema Kamara, Assistant Commissioner of Police, is head of media.
I'm aware of the fact that somebody died, 17 months old, not 17 months old child, whilst they were within the facility of the
So, can you really refer to that? Because most people are saying it's as a result of negligence on the side of police. Because the mother requested that her child was sick and that should be given the opportunity for her to take the child to the hospital. But police on duty refused that request from the mother.
Well, that is what we are investigating. You know, when it comes to investigation, there are things you don't easily divulge because they might tend to be prejudicial to the investigation itself.
Have police taken any prompt action as a result of this occurrence? Assistant Commissioner Brema Kamara affirms.
Yes, currently we've put them on suspensions. All those ones who were concerned or who are still concerned, they could be and they are still concerned, will be suspended from duty. And the reason why we suspended them, we want to give them time, we want them to give time to the investigation because we've called for investigation. We are looking at the criminal aspect because somebody died. So we want to know whether the death was natural. And the person died within the facility of the police. The local commander is one of them. And the crime officer, the investigator himself, who happens to be a non-commissioned officer in charge of crime, NCO crime, and then the female lockup orderly.
Whilst police are assuring family members and members of the public of a speedy investigation on the matter, the remains of 17-month-old Hannah Kanu is to be conveyed in Freetown for post-mortem examinations. Abba Sise, AYV News, Bombali District.
All right, so this na the thing where we work out with yesterday, and then we see today people like the AYV, this na the mama of the Pekin, we actually die in a police custody we na Kanu. Well, according to the mama, it's in 16 months, we na 1 year 4 months. Yes, so 1 year 4 months. So we say sorry to the family of this young baby. We die because of the recklessness of the police them way we get. You know, these are the things the way we can talk. Sympathy. It don't mean say because somebody they in a custody, yeah, you not even find them guilty. Then go report them. You put them in a custody. Now if they cry for help, you go lock them inside cell with in Pekin. In Pekin, mind you, it is against the child in your self rights. The Pekin not get any rights for the inside behind bars. You not put them behind counter. You not put am be encounter because of him pikin. You can't go right inside cell. You lock am inside cell. Even when the woman they cry say me pikin, you say na formula. Yesterday, even without knowing details of this, we tell you say na death. We not be even know say na death too, but we tell you say na for death. Now they say for money thief. And we know say the person we don't go report, don't give money, say let them go take this particular person. And of course, we tell you say they go ask for transport. Now you don't hear it from the Kumbra incest safe. Most of the time we can see don't talk here. When they talk if we make an analysis now based on experience, what we find out say them people we are capable of doing, now him we they talk about. Now this speaking, they don't know. Nothing other for do. Police investigation, as soon as they do at the end of the day, then transfer them, go other side. As soon as especially when you get for do say, sometimes this particular person have been known to associate himself 1 or 2 times with who say for associate himself. That is free. Buff case. Nothing come up behind that. Every day, we police them must do something where they go against the human rights of the citizens them. This woman they cry. Okay, let we say now fake now it a fake they cry. For God's sake, pull this woman a door, let you watch, it cry say in Pekin. In Pekin not go dramatize something no. 1 year, 4 months, not go able for dramatize something for follow attack with him mama. So if in mama they cry, say me Pekin. Pull now the Pekin let you see, say the Pekin they laugh or the Pekin they jump, then you go able for know how you deal with him mama. And add more pine charges them for criminal act. But now, the mama they cry say, me pikin. It did knock the domot seriously, constantly, they knock the domot. It is say me pikin, you don't know what happen me pikin. You this woman wait for feel for in company woman. And not say, if you company woman they cry for something inside, look now let you see what happen. It say, boss, you don't they have formula in the pan. Even when somebody else come ask what happened, he say I left that woman. I don't want them bring up for that money. They pan formula. They pan make formula inside that. We know we think say we not say you think say sometimes it does the same thing where caretaker they do. Now that make you ignore and totally say this woman lost in own picking inside the police cell. We know that. But now look what you don't cost. So even when the other person come for go open them, they find out now say. The woman don't lost in Pekin. So that formula where you mean the try for say now formularize this whole thing. They try for dramatize this thing. You don't see now the formula. Now we know police say they investigate for see if na natural death. We just pray this woman not get other combo back. We just pray they not hang and for nothing. Let me say this person where then they make allegation against this woman, this police officer. Let me say in link to the power that me. My sister, so yeah, you don't suffer. You don't suffer because no way, not the way then they can tell you say you picking die naturally. Then go tell you say now you don't quit them inside it. And go tell you say you don't quit them inside it. Because you go see them, they bring out strangulation, this in this, and suffocation, all. I hope say you not cry for nothing. But again, if they find them say true. In real sense, now you self cause them. Okay, the law self go take in cause. But we know say the unprofessionalism of the police inside the country, it done too much. It really done too much. At times we can talk say when it comes to politics, now they act so. No, yesterday that's why I be tell you say Ben Kelfala or who that the court, the judiciary, for example, just they look at few opposition cases them. They not look at the broader picture of the ordinary, the citizen, the average citizen, where really they suffer in the hands of the police, in the hands of the judiciary. They only focus on 1-2 cases them of the opposition where they don't deal with, and then the rest now suffer. This is not the situation where they happen inside the country. This woman, anyhow you look at, nothing not there for do. It don't be done. All right, so now we want to tell you, say please welcome again one more time. Welcome. If you just join me, welcome. And if today is the very first time we join me, well, a very big welcome to this wonderful family. So we're not the first somebody for believe waiting with the talk. We're not the first somebody for believe with platform. All waiting we care and concern about now for present to you waiting we get. make sure say we do analysis, make sure say we do comparison, make sure say we bring come to you the things them we go confirm waiting we dey try for analyze. That's all we dey also for do. So if you get interest and the things what they talk about, because 19% of what they talk about get for do with the government of the day. What it happen? Because now them they in a position of trust. Now them we they all accountable for things that will happen. Let me tell you something. Most of the time, if the government do something very good, we're not going to talk about them. Like they make pump, they make electricity, you know what they make? Because this not a favor than they do for we now. We rest now their responsibility. They are working for us. And not to the young money na them pocket and then they pull for them. Now money where we pay as tax or money where then they give for and on behalf of you where they watch this right now. So we go talk and say they don't do them, they don't count them, but not to TV for you don't they praise them. But if they do small TV bad, we the praise, we the talk about some good way. You know what it make? Because they don't get any right for do bad things to their own citizen. So you see the two things them. Where if you get interest in all of them things there, please, and you new to this channel, consider for subscribe, because we there for talk about 90% of what the government they do, 10% of the opposition and any other business. So if you get interest, please hit the subscribe button. And for you where just the come inside, please make sure say you like the program. Yeah, it's for the program, the likes. Yeah. And yesterday, we been to tell you about the YouTube, the Facebook. So please, what we want for you do for we now, for make sure say you go straight to your phone. If you just don't follow we, please try for hit the like button for we again. Yeah, I will you do all two together. If you see the button, hit the like, I mean not only program or the page, the like page, and then you as well hit for we the follow button if you see them. Yeah. So on the Facebook, we get about 4,748 people that we don't like the page, yeah. Then we get about 12,259 people them where actually they follow this particular page. So we want to tell una plenty thank you for the love where una actually the show to we. I don't know if you go able for see them from this point. I think yes. I think it is. Yes, I get them. So you see, these are the things that we get right now. We get 4,000 and something likes, and then we get about 12,000 and something followers. Them. So we tell una thank you. We appreciate una so much. Okay, so from that issue day, some things then they will happen along the way. We caretaker they do a survey because that's what I go call them. It be actually do something we get for do with the CLSG. Yeah, we another light from Ivory Coast where we talk about the Ivory Coast, we talk about Liberia, we talk about Sierra Leone, and we talk about Guinea. We then say this light business go able for bring come something very good for we. Alright? So what thing we they do first? We dey go first of all and hear from the one them we put together this thing. Yeah, this thing Liberia them be do this discussion about 10 months ago. This will help we with the background of this particular program. It will help you with the background of this particular light business, because we find out say every day people them they raise concern on this thing. So we just want for them to rest today. After today, we go only want to look at the completion of this particular thing. So first, let me go now and listen to this particular interview where they've been do with the manager, the finance, and all of CLSG, as they may talk about the background of this particular project. When they come back just now.
Came from, I'll start from there. You know, Transco CLSG is an institution that is implementing the CLSG project. And the CLSG project is part of the was part of the WAP priority project 10.
The West Africa Power Pool.
West African Power Pool.
Okay.
So just to call long matter short, in 2012, when the head of states, the four head of state of Liberia, signed an international treaty giving a commitment to the region, saying that, look, we want to develop an interconnection line between the four countries, coming from Cote d'Ivoire all the way through Liberia into Sierra Leone to Guinea to trade. It was all intended to foster regional integration through trade. So once the presidents signed this particular treaty, it was ratified by their respective parliament. Now, it didn't stop there. Now, the donors decided to come together. 4 donors, the World Bank, African Development Bank, European Investment Bank, and the KfW, that is the German Development Bank. They pooled funds together. After pooling the funding together, governments decided to bring their own counterpart funding to pay for the RAP, that is the Resettlement Action Plan, people impacted by the construction of the line.
Yeah,
So,
how to break some houses down, pass through people's farms.
Exactly. So we have 2 phases, the pre-construction phase and the construction phase. You have to go through the pre-construction phase where you do a lot of documentation, institutional setup, everything. And before the financing can become effective, after signing, in the case of Liberia, in 2012, the World Bank financing was signed, ratified, but it didn't become effective until Liberian government did so many reforms in order to make the project effective. We call them effectiveness conditions. Those were met. They seemed happy with Sierra Leone, where the EU was also providing funding, the African Development Bank providing funding, the same with Guinea. So after that process started around that 2012, 2013, the project became effective 2015. I was recruited in 2014, took office September, given the mandate to build an institution, vibrant institution, that will internal capability capable of building this line from Man in Cote d'Ivoire all the way to Yekepa in Nimba, from Yekepa to Buchanan in Grand Bassa, from Buchanan to Montserrado, Mount Coffee, then from there to the minor Bold Waterside. What are these points? What are the importance of these points? In Yekepa, you have a substation. But before coming to that, let me conclude the pre-construction.
The pre-construction. When it comes to the country and stuff,
Exactly.
I would like to get that from the...
So, effectiveness conditions were met. The project became effective in 2015, in May, for the World Bank, for the rest of the donors. So we begin the procurement process to procure the EPC contract, engineering procurement Tompkins contract. So the contractor will be responsible to do the design, engineering, at the end of the day, turn the site over to us. So we did that 2017, doing on the sidelines of the ECOWAS summit in Liberia. I think it was in June or so. Yeah. The full president broke ground for this project. We started implementing the project. There where the physical construction started. When we started the physical construction, there was some issue of additional financing. And how this additional financing came about? The Ebola crisis hit us in 2014 all the way to 2015.
Yeah, that was on the end of 2013, 14. And then
2014, 2015, the Ebola crisis. When the Ebola crisis hit us, we stopped the issue of construction. Besides that, when we did the bidding, the more than anticipated summations of the bid, if you were to put forward to say this is $50 million earmarked for construction, when you do your bid, contractors submit their bid. When you open a financial proposal, you get $55 million. So there was a need for additional financing. So we needed to go back to the countries to seek additional financing from the donors. So that period started in 2017, 2018. It was signed into law, signed and ratified. The WLA government pushed that forward in the legislature. By the time we did that, it was ratified in the parliament. The previous government signed it, and the WLA government submitted to the legislature, ratify the additional financing, in addition to the existing financing of 144 million for Liberia. That is the World Bank financing, the AFDB. The finance manager will give you the details of that.
We'll come to it.
So we began the physical implementation of the project to move step by step, sign the contract and move on.
Let me come to Mr. Taylor. In terms of the Liberian portion, where are all the places we can find the Transco line?
We been just want to get a background of this thing, and you hear him now from the manager of the Transco CLSG, where Insiseb been talk about. Of course, you make mention of very important dates. Them we be here in the video of the launching commissioning ceremony of this particular project in Kenema. We are inside and say 2014, nothing no happen. 2015, nothing no happen. 2016, nothing no happen. 2017, nothing no happen. So now this man don't just remind we say 14 and 15 Ebola. So then stop the construction. By that time the project then don't begin go on. 14 and 15 then stop the construction because of Ebola and other things then. But you find out say we own government, the Saloon government been done even ratify in parliament. Then we don't agree, don't sign all agreements even with Detention. Then you find out, say, the 2017, according to this person, it say then we don't look again to the government for give another additional funding for meet up with whatever then we don't get already. So you see, and you find out, say, with the EU and other people, the World Bank and the government of Saloon, we don't even pay some people the way we go say the affected landowners them. Affected landowners them been do get that particular side where them be actually do I call Latin day they don't benefit them, they don't pay them. Then they before now in this same 2000 and before the last government come out in power. So this is not the background to all of this thing. Yeah. So even when them be say nothing no happen with the government, we find out say apart from the Ebola, other things then begin for take place. Yeah, even Liberia, because Liberia, Salon no go do thing without Liberia. So Liberia been get for complete the own before ever Salon. Remember, now inside Liberia, this energy they pass before it come to Salon. And no way, no day, where the energy, we Paul go just pass na Liberia, then we can get Liberia no get. It not ever, that not to magic. It not ever be magic. So, what we do first of all, let we watch this particular video where we caretaker been they actually commission this project here. Yeah, let me watch. Okay, let me watch where they commission this project and here waiting the caretaker INSESF been get for say with regards this project here, so where it go launch and where it go able for bring lights for we na the country. So let me listen to waiting it been get for say as it been go commission this particular light business. We come back just now.
The rural electrification mini grids, there are several other towns there at this district and other places there. These are signs of progress. We are moving. We've been on late for so long. Today, in 4 years, by April, the accomplishment that we don't get, it not ever happen in this country. But because we have been deprived for too long, we don't appreciate most of them in there. And no national development project not they come about very easily. 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. Forget this project this way. As Mr. Sharif been telling now, the Transco man, it has that we are the first country because I've made special effort. I therefore saying the vice president for go meet the president of Cote d'Ivoire. I tell him say I know say you don't run our cable, but this December yeah, I want many young people to get that power there. I think when I get telephone there, when I check if this power don't reach other side there, whose side the cable don't pass. No. You know, it don't come on it. Now only inside Saloon. Ghana, because of the special effort they make. Kenya say, they say, when they go talk, say, if they work with power bank, they say, will be the laugh. I say, me now one way laugh, say, I'm not the novelty for. Why? Because they say, the Minister of Energy, they work with power bank. I tell her, I say, yes, I get for the assured of power, just in case I need for charge my phone. They get for make sure, say, the plug not near me, the power bank day. I say, now efficiency, now they lead to that. They make sure, say, you get portable power. That is why, how we end up that other one day. So today, again, at the talk, anything from independence, we see how this Kenima, it been tar, it been get light, it been get water, all don't go. It not go come overnight. It is not a political promise, it is a basic necessity what we need. And we don't play, we should not play politics with that. Whether you voted for me or not, can they not vote for me and they give them electricity? Kabbalah, we they give them. We they give them even a Makeni. But Bombali, interestingly, I had over 22,000 votes in the second round. Yes, we're not.
All right, so basically, we not be one for talk about politics in this case, not to vote in time. But the bottom line now, one word I want to let you catch up in all waiting is say we not the first country we able for benefit from this light. Yeah, but the manager in the interview now Liberia, they make mention of the development stages them waiting to happen. So in this case, we don't know if water don't begin for jump hole. So what we do now, we can go back inside I don't know how to put them, but we can go back and see how it actually been done how it been talek now Liberia, the term way we talk about this particular light business. You know, how comes Liberia gets how comes we get light, Liberia not get the light? Yeah, waiting at the stages them now where Liberia day and Usai we had done day with regards this particular light business. So what we do, when they can go back na Liberia, let me go watch how the light business talek, their own substation. They don't do anything, or not to say we had na the very first for make we able to get this light business. So we begin with Yekepa substation inside Liberia. Remember, yeah, Yekepa substation inside Liberia. This nothing we then do 5 months ago. Then do them and post them on the YouTube 5 months ago. And interestingly, na Transco CLSG na then self do this particular video for update the people learn about the development of this CLSG Transco project inside Liberia. So as we talk about, we all light inside the country say we not the first. We not very good thing that day if actually we not the first. But let me go now and Yeri from the CLSG then SSF for no waiting then think or waiting at the development stage with regards this particular thing. Let me go back 5 months ago. We come back just now.
Analyzing our lab. Okay, this is Yekepa substation view at night. We are currently finalizing our last switching, that is to transfer the load, the generator loads to the auxiliary transformer. So you can see the substation is already lighted and the energization is completed. Congratulations to the team. Buchanan substation, as we speak, it is also energized following the energization of Yekepa substation. At this substation we have 2 line bays. One line leaves from here to Yekepa and the second line leaves from here to Monrovia. We have one power transformer, 225 kV to 33 kV, 40 MVA transformer that is going to be used for distribution from this substation. And we also have one MSC transformer, 225 kV to 10 kV, along with capacitors. And we have a reactor, a line reactor at the substation. And the substation, as we speak, has been energized, and the station service is being supplied from the Ivorian network. Welcome to the CLSG Monrovia substation. This substation is the biggest on the CLSG network. It is also the third substation to be energized in Liberia, and also the fourth within the CLSG network. The substation has two 70 MVA transformer capacities. Also has an SVC transformer with two line bays. One line leaves from here to Buchanan, and the second line leaves from here to Mano in Grand Cape Mount County. It is at this substation that the CLSG network will be connected to the Monrovia grid through a 132 kV cable connection operated at 66 kV. As you can see, the substation is fully energized. This process started on the 20th of May, and today we have successfully completed the energization of this substation. At this note, we would like to congratulate the entire team for a job well done. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations.
Okay, so now we don't get them done. We don't get them. All the thing we be one for say, we be just one for draw the conclusion in all of this thing. Bottom line now, we caretaker say, let we go into we phones, go into whatever we able for search and see if they don't able for give light to any parts outside the light there, so then cable there so pass. So now the more reason this we make we first for go into the internet, all net, you know, you know, I be talk with somebody when they watch the time, they ask you almost o'clock to now, you know they sleep. I say, they can't sleep just now. We did do research, because we want to see what in the caretaker say. If not be true, we for be don't come and applaud them. But the unfortunate for say, okay, so in other words, let's ask a question. This na light or not to light? This thing that happened 5 months ago. 5 months ago. We just get Wiyon like a week ago. Fully energized. Yeah, I hope you understand. Fully energized. And according to this person, they get 5 substations. Then he tell you about 1, 2, 3, 4 substations. Them were fully energized. Like for example, he tell me about Yekepa. He tell me about Buchanan. He tell me about Mount Coffee, and he tell me about the Monrovia and power grid. So, what does that mean? It means say when they don't energize all of them substation there, it talk about Monrovia power grid. We mean say then they feed them into the Monrovia power grid. We mean say then they get lights now inside Monrovia with and from this particular CLSG power supply. Where we go say this I call them. West African Power Pool, or you say Transco, anyhow you want for call, you welcome. So it's unfortunate for let me get a caretaker, tell me about the development, tell me say you very serious about development, yeah, tell me say you make effort, because the truth now you make effort, yeah, and the last government it don't work, it left them unable for done time done. Then now you can be taker, you really make effort for make sure say you energize the substation. Yeah, but for tell we say now we not the first. Now lie down one day, papi. How you allow to trust the process where every day you add LIES on top there? Why? How? So this not the thing where we dey talk. We get difference there between leader and difference there between politicians. The difference now, politicians always consider about the next election, whereas leader consider about the next generation. Let me see, for example, Magufuli, the last man, or the late man. Now, leader. It transformed in country within the shortest possible time. The shortest possible time. And not give bad name to the last government too, in as much as it be okay, but in not point finger at the last administration, he work. He work and work. Look, I think now Mozambique was waiting this way they talk about a few days ago, when the how do they call them, the one of the member them na the cabinet they talk about the development where they don't do inside 100 days. They not the point finger, rather than they count them blessings. Whereas in 4 years we still the point fingers. And then when it comes for we talk, this not the thing. Sometimes when we talk politics, not to we fault. Now the caretaker in the beginning. Because you know go they talk about national development like this, you the only praise SLPP, you begin say, yanda they not vote for you, but you give them. Yeah, not talk about voting in this. Campaign time not reach 8. Let we talk about development and let we talk about the good things the way you don't do. It's a good thing that you don't actually make lights don't come. Now that particular part of the country. Although some other people they release video and audio on their own area where they say lights no day. But one excuse where they take way very genuine, now that the line then will get problem. And if lines get problem, it means say problem get for day with the supply in your area. But for cut and short, we all don't see now how Italic say Liberia then don't energize and they don't energize 5 months ago. Whereas we just get 1 week ago. But in this case, we caretaker turn the coin and say Liberia not get to, but we get. But if you look at rationally, look at this big way another angle we've been trying to look at. For God's sake, this not all. This not all. Then they are the same line. They need the same thing. Then this thing here so they come up from this point. It come the water they come. I mean the way they force when Liberia. Now they this dirty water or the water the don't force. It full up the hole. It come out now. It go to the other hole when we had. But he said no. This water come. It just pass no more on top. Now so we get blessing. It's a good thing. Thank you very much. At least you try for even Liberia where we all start a project and not get, but we don't get. Thank you very much, Caretaker Bio. Thank you. We appreciate that particular thing that we don't do for we country. At least we don't get light. Liberia not get. Thank you very much. Thank you. If not to you, thank you very much. Thank you. Anyway, the program we watch now we had my name Nasembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. It's unfortunate for say 2 members of we team not well. 2 members of the team. Yesterday, Bible is still not okay. And then today again, we sister admin in as much as in the tower, but not well. In CSF not well. Yeah. So one for say hush to the all too, and let God give them well body quick one. Yeah. Where the man can say speedy recovery. All right. So we move from that area there now. We try to see how best we can go to another particular discussion inside the program. But in the meantime, if you just join me, please hit for the like button. Hit for the like button. Let's just watch how many people get likes. So how many people don't like? We get about 159 people and we don't like the program. Please hit for the like button. By so doing, we actually know say you they follow the program. Thank you very much for the one that we don't eat them right now as we talk. So please una give me 300 likes. We get about 450 where they watch right now na YouTube. You know, actually easy to forget this kind of views one time for go na YouTube for watch your program, especially program from we country. So we appreciate una so much for una take una time for watch we program. And on Facebook we get 280 watching right now. Yeah, thank you very much. Una self don't give me 158 likes. Please, una give me more likes. Thank you. 167. Thank you very much. Thank you. And the shares, them, the one that we don't share, we tell una plenty thank you for where una don't take una time for share. We appreciate una so much. Okay, something the way catch my attention. Let's see, you guys know. It is from Liberia, but Liberia has not yet switched on the light. Ah, okay. So I guess somebody will tell me say yes, the light now from Liberia, but Liberia not switch on the light. Okay. They're not switched on the light. Many people are not begin for use them yet. Okay. Well, now that make we say we left on now. But this now waiting we show and waiting and but I wonder now if that's the case, 5 months then don't complete all them projects. Why they not switch the lights on yet? 5 months. Anyway, we still digging for know more about this whole thing. We still digging for know waiting the happen. Now, something happened at Radio Democracy this morning, where we get the ACC Commissioner, Francis Ben Kelfala, they actually talk about this issue of corruption in the country, and he make mention of several things. So we choose for going to RAM and see what in the happen. And we see on the social media, Facebook, Africanist Press Chernobyl say, then don't they make several attempts for talk to Radio Democracy with regards then corruption business there, but then they turn them down. And even when then they talk about things then where then they do 98.1, no actually they reach onto them, you know, forget their own sides. He say 98.1 they enjoy one-way traffic in terms of waiting and they do well. Editorially, the radio station gets right for take decision on waiting for do. So if they choose not for now their own editorial right policy that but waiting we know they get balance, they get fairness, they get independence and all of them things then they we supposed to be your guiding principle as a radio station or television station. Okay, so but notwithstanding that, I think if actually this radio station choose for the take one-way side where we see, in fact, I would expect say when then they put Ben Kelfala for talk about in achievements for the year, then forgets one other person again for sit down and argue with Ben Kelfala. But I know say Ben don't ask say who that the next person, like waiting Sandy they do say no, I need to sit down with person and me one. In fact, if you want, I pay. So in waiting that mean because 98.1 a commercial station they need for make money. If somebody come out and say I they pay for a program on a good morning show, then they game. So some cases then they sometimes then they na pay then can pay for some programs then. But in some cases then we know say they not can pay but they can choose for make this person consider in one green like a penalty shot. It happen everywhere. So this not the concern we come up from Chernobyl buying the Africanist press, and this not the thing again we know from how radio station them or television station can work normally, especially whereas 98 na commercial radio station, na public commercial radio station. So I think say that not the system where they go on right now. But now we standing if Ben Kelfala not pay, if he not pay for that program there this morning. We are filtered in not pay because 98.1 they do end of year review of different things the way they do. One way or the other, for don't get now 1 5-minute interview on the Africanist press since that they don't make waiting them and see waiting they happen. But again, editorially they are independent. I consider them for being independent. If they not choose for do that, they in as much as in the eyes of the public is wrong, people they expect for hearing other things or challenging views. From waiting Ben Kelfala they say, but at the same time, they get right for take editorial decision on waiting they want to do. We move from that area. Then now let we go and listen to Ben Kelfala. If Africanist press not reply to Ben Kelfala, then we can analyze waiting Ben Kelfala come up and talk. Now radio this morning, where for we is very important for we get notice about some of them things and they take particular reference to some things them will come up. So what we do, we play certain things them, and at some point we hold on to that particular audio day or the voice, so we hold on to the video, and then we analyze few things them where it talk. So we will get for the stop the video in between. If you really want to watch the rest of this particular video, you can check Radio Democracy then Facebook page. Or you check we own Facebook, YouTube page again. We will put the rest of the video there for let you watch them. Yeah. So in the meantime, we can go now and listen to Francis Ben Kelfala. He first begin talk about 92 or so % of the people them where he say believe in the fight against corruption inside we country. So now let me go and watch this particular video. We'll come back in between the video as it go on.
Because the survey when we get shows that 92% of the people of Sierra Leone believe in the work they do. That was done by the PFM Consortium, an independent body which confirms that the people of Sierra Leone strongly believe in the fight against corruption and in support with you they do. I just don't tell you results. I don't tell you say the people that will investigate, some will let them go, some will find them guilty. But you don't ask me a lot of questions about the past government. Maybe if you come to the present government, then we now come with the details.
Mr. Commissioner,
no, but you question, the only way how you question will make meaning to the people of Sierra Leone if we don't do a comparative presentation of the work we don't do with people in the past government, we do with the present government, before we now come for assess with the perception of the people. But I tell you, say,
go find since
yes.
you did at the studio, let we try for flag most of the issues then, because they look at 2021 as a whole year. So if you dare, and we as journalists, fellow, they bring to you some of the issues.
I agree. Okay, let we look at that situation.
You follow the conversation, especially conversation where they spark debates from Sierra Leone and the way now when they use social media, where I believe they use a very.
So first of all, before we go to the point of the social media, let me ask a question. 92% of the people them, of Sierra Leoneans them, believe in the fight against corruption. Take that day, and then we do the survey tomorrow in the program. So we wonder now the 92%, with all this kind, plenty cry about the fight against corruption. The kind way how people they say, then they then they pick and choose, cherry pick as other people can say, waiting up well, other for run after, other not for run after, other for charge to court, other not for charge to court, other then for say na systemic problem, other for say no to systemic problem. All of them things then we see they happen. We see Usai, for example, they talk about, people that we really don't trust in the system. And people them we really they praise the system about how far they don't go in the fight against corruption. So this left a big question to me, say, who that na then 92% here? For saying that the same kind of IGR report where you talk to 100 people them, you say you do the math and other things them, it represents the whole views of the people, the country. Let me continue for listening to them.
Very active day.
Yes.
Let me ask you that question.
Yes, and a very good question. I be just want to make sure say we build the context well. But I tell you, say that's up there when they talk, say me they only go after people in the past government. It's not true. In fact, they go after people in the present government far more than people in the past government. But also most significantly, even the one that will go after the past government, anybody point to one, we go talk say. We go ask our questions them, and there was no basis to ask him. One, there will be none. All of them had issues to answer. They made statements. Their issues were legitimate. The claims against them were all legitimate. Serious accountability issues. Some of them we don't find guilty in court. Some of them don't pay back billions voluntarily. They come and say, yes, now we take, look am. I present them to the people of Sierra Leone and say, this money we will take from people in the past government, look am. The same thing for the ones them we will not find guilty. We come back and say, they were them, yes, like Ambassador Yassane. I just don't talk about Paolo Conte and others. We look at them and say, no, evidence not there, and we let them go. At the end of the day, we get a serious responsibility for perform. We not get for come and talk, say, okay, because we don't want to let people they point finger at we for say people they in the past government that they run after. So all their sins are forgiven. No. We don't get that kind of blanket amnesty, na ACC.
All right.
Now a question of whether we transfer that same kind of tenacity to people in the current government, and that's what we have been doing, and that's what we've been continuing to do.
So the question now, that same spirit, that same zeal, where they put into the last government, now him they don't transfer into this particular government. We all know say the answer now no. If it go further and say 15 cases them, now they able for deal with in the last opposition, the last government, people them from the last government, 15, and over 100 cases them for this government. Number one, that signifies say a lot of corruption they happen inside this government. if you talk about over 100 cases of corruption inside this government, where he don't talk about, and then they say now the one the way he cherry pico, where he say, no, this, no, they'll deal with this, no, this will deal with this, no, this, let we charge them, no, this, let we just make say he pay. Okay, this let we say a systemic problem. So what happen? Let we left am take the other term, or let we try for set up a prevention mechanism for make sure say it not happen again. So even when you get the one in there, yeah, you pull parliament, you pull first lady, you pull certain people at the office of the caretaker and other side them. The one that we in talk about, yeah, now over 100, yeah, and means say a lot of corruption really they happen. A lot of corruption really they happen. And with all of that, we see that day they go, you can even go, then they fake we all part the fight against corruption. You go see this one and say, then charge and go court. Before you married and say, okay, let we draw them back because we not get sufficient evidence, or because of the AG not give we sufficient, not make we get just judge waiting. He go give it judge and juror. Well, we know one judge and juror. For example, the case of the rest saga. Then say because the AG Attorney General give judge and juror, so they don't want that case there. Because of that, then they draw the case come back. Then say, don't know corruption allegation. Don't know. Then waiting happen. In as much as the corruption allegation not done, yeah, then say, then draw them back, and then can call on the case at any point in time because they get all the evidence them. They not say they not get evidence, so they get all the evidence against Alpha Timbo, Kadiatu Gogra, and waiting all the people that were involved in the race case. But waiting happen, say then they withdraw. And as soon as they withdraw, we hear Alpha Timbo they cry, they want for probably a bad name. Then waiting at the next thing where the caretaker do. In as much as the corruption allegation, the corruption case still hang over them people here for the rest, it give them all them position back. So in other words, when you give person in position back, it means say the person not guilty of them things then they. But on a contrary, the Anti-Corruption Commission they tell we say them people here then guilty. Them people well not guilty. Them people here we have all the evidence. We get long press conference where Anti-Corruption Commission call, say waiting, then they look into the issue there and then present one by one the evidence. They even catch the people them, yeah, with the evidence of the rest where then they rebag them, and this person where they catch link them to them people here where they be suspend the Alpha Timbo, the Kadiatu Gogra, the this and that, they all then call them all. But at the end of the day, this case from where they withdraw them, almost here. From where they withdraw now 1 year so or waiting, they not ever call the case back. The former Attorney General, they don't pull out because now him be selling and give them judge and juror. They don't pull out. Yeah, boy, don't come. From where he come, he not ever calling case there. Anti-corruption not ever calling case. In fact, the man now full minister again, Minister of Labor. Whereas all the other people that don't get in position back. Nobody they not find guilty. Nobody. In fact, outside the team begin for well, even when they say then they draw case back, the people that will be the defense lawyer then say, then for compensate then clients them because they're wasting time, then damage and dents they name them. So we begin to wonder if this case not done, if now retreat to they come back, why then for pay them? They say no, because now they, well, we don't understand. Because of them say government not compensate, so they not compensate them. But we see the case not done. That is now pass the rapture or pass some time. Other governments come and decide for call again another commission of inquiry. But for now, we'll continue for listening to them.
So, in a similar vein as we do with the people in the past administration, in the current administration, we don't make sure say we ramp up investigation into every issue we come up. We look into them, check the facts, establish the issues, and hold the issues. And throughout the history of Sierra Leone, at no time have investigations been more widespread over spreading from the presidency take come down. So, for example, this is not the first time an investigation has happened deep down into the heart of the presidency, the state chief of protocol. When issues came against her, we investigated. We came out with our findings. The same thing happened with other ministries, Ministry of Agriculture. We don't do a lot of ministries than they. The Sierra Leone Maritime Administration, we don't do a lot of investigations concerning the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration. The Sierra Leone Police, we don't do investigations concerning the Sierra Leone Police. Various ministries, departments of agencies, the cases are there. Some of them we don't charge to court. Some of them will come back and say, we even look into the issue of the wife of the president, a sitting president. We look into the issue. We come out publicly with the findings and say these are the issues. Generally, if we say we give names of issues they do, the database data my laptop are not going to be now. But you will find out, say, issues that will concern the past government, only 15 now we do. 15 throughout when we don't be commissioner. 15 cases involving people in the past government.
What about now?
We don't do over 100 cases involving the present government. So the people them, when they go out in social media, they put all the facts that they out are simply copying out in the conversation. The conversation is very clear. We have done more investigation of issues, personnel, highly placed people in the current government than in the past. So and certainly, we have done far fewer cases involving the past government than the present government.
So during the investigations, like you don't state the past administration for the SCC, when I don't investigate just 15 and over 100 for the current administration.
Yes.
One thing we question mark on the day on again, because now the people them on they work for get for do it, not the figures, but the way how the ACC they handle some of their issues here, and at the end of the day, the outcome of some of the cases them. Take for example the case where they get the investigation where the ACC been doing at the office of the First Lady. When I remember when I been pulled waiting when I say when I fair not, the public not been like get that kind of expectation saying that this the ACC go pull at the end of the day, then send above case.
So we see the public be want for make we persecute the First Lady. The fact of the matter is we go out and establish say not to the first time office of the First Lady don't get money. Let's remember, say, the beginning of that conversation. When this whole issue of First Lady come out from the audit now, go to Africa This Press, go to all the conversation on social media. They say First Lady not for supposed for all public money because First Lady not supposed to get public money. But oh, check, we find out, say, this is not the First Lady who don't receive public money. Okay? We come out and tell the people of Sierra Leone, say, we come out and tell the people of Sierra Leone, say, no, listen. We come out and tell the people of Sierra Leone, say, the money we then give the office of the First Lady, they don't audit them. And that audit, they don't already give recommendations them, where we they work on for make sure, say, we set up a framework for make sure, say, this office where we now all be feel say not be they receive money, don't they receive money before Ben Kaifala even finish college. But we they now make sure say accountability did it, and they make sure say they're accountable for every penny. So that foundational conversation for say this First Lady don't get public funds and no other First Lady don't get public funds before, therefore for whole and criminally liable, we're not going to do it now because first of all there was a fundamental error in the conversation where we need for clarify and correct, and we did it. And we work right now with the office of the First Lady and other institutions, accountable institutions like the Secretary to President, the Financial Secretary, and other people that were responsible for channel funds to that kind of office and causes then they for make sure so they follow due processes and procedures.
Okay. Now we can look at.
Okay. So one thing where we go talk about before we go to the audit report proper one. He say the 2019 audit report we make mention, we talk about the office of the First Lady, say the First Lady, they don't audit them and they make recommendation, then they work on the recommendation. That was in 2019 report. I'll tell you something, and I'll tell you now, say, even the anti-corruption themselves, the staffs themselves, if he say, then get prevention mechanism, and then they work with the office of the First Lady for prevent such things from happening. First of all, I give background about this thing. Let me forget about the case, say, in the First Lady we get money or put on at the copper or not. That is not the matter in this case. Not so this not the point in this particular matter. What is very important now, then give this office of the First Lady how many billions of leons. But guess what? With that billion of leons we then give this First Lady, about 2 to 3 billion leons we then give, he not able for account for how he spend 50 millions of that money. Number one, the office of the first lady not get cash book. He not get way book. That he not get anything for sure say this money now I receive, this money now so I spend them, this now in left, and this and this. Now so we use the money. He not get nothing like that one day for sure. That was in the 2019 audit report. Okay, so let me forget totally about who that's responsible, whether na Fatima first begin take money on a Siania Makroma, on a Patricia, on a Anna Momo, whatever. Let me forget about that day. But in any public fund, when they give you government couple, you for make sure say you account for them. Na a lay down law. Na something where they inside the country. It don't happen from donkey years, as we Ghanaian can say. Donkey years long ago, it don't happen. But Ben Kelfala income and say, because then thing they are, they don't happen. In fact, he not even talk about the spending of the couple. He say, he just focus on whether in are the force or not the force. And then he say, well, for prevent such thing for happen, we the send on the prevention. That is just rubbish. Because we care about how we spend the money. Because in man, we don't come out and say, he spend the money, but we picking them na the country. So who's picking them? How many he spend and they picking them na the country? How many he spend on his own personal business them? How many he put na in your account? Almost he give to in family members them, because we see the Africanist press they talk about family members them and other personal effects them when he and a man they use them couple for. But because of all this, they say no, if it don't happen, let's send on a prevention. That's not the end. So almost billion where they give the first lady for invite. For God's sake, if you invite other first lady, then the receipt not for day. We say where they travel no more so. Go country today, go yonder tomorrow, go this country today. We they get the different I call Latin day. The flight tickets them. We get all the flight tickets them where we go able for show you say, okay, from this time to this time, I come out now we are, I go Casablanca, from Casablanca, I go this side, or from we are, I go Turkey, from Turkey, I go this side, or from we are, I go first na Ghana, or from we are, I go first na Liberia. All of the itinerary then they for sure how we the worker. But a whole national office, the first lady office, say they don't understand though. Ben Kelfala with the fight corruption say they don't understand though. So low left there no more. But it don't back to parliament because na and go and come. If you touch parliament go touch them back to the first lady. So they don't want and parliament go begin watch the audit report that way go be bad for the country, for the government. So they not the touch parliament itself not for touch first lady. So on allow just left and so the money na enjoyment, slow just enjoy na salon money. Now so it happened. So even when the audit report make recommendations, say they for return the money back because the matter they unresolved, then for show them things they are. Nothing no happen. Okay, so this thing happened in the 2019 report. Ben Kelfala take this case, it transfer and go on a prevention mechanism. What that mean? It try for stop and make it not repeat again. If the first lady they use office money and wait if able for account for them. But guess what happened in the 2020 report? Even inside the 2020 report, then say the receipt them when the first lady they come with inconsistent, it not match up to rating and spend. The nothing. In other words, if it inconsistent, it means say it fake. Okay, if it not fake, you say I spend for buy this thing here, I spend 20,000 leons. Then I can give receipt for 15,000 leons. Or I give receipt for 30,000 leons. It means there's something wrong. Something wrong. How comes you buy this thing? The shop, they sell them so you know go to so. So let's look at the other thing. Even when Francis Ben Kelfala say then they do prevention. We find out say from the audit report of 2020. The audit report say the first lady can't receipt them. When they take their receipt there, then go check with the third party. When they say third party, that means decide who say he go sleep na the hotel or decide who say he buy something. Then people here when at the third party deny their receipts there. So if that be the case, how ACC they work with the first lady in office for prevent then things there for happen? Because 2 consecutive reports they point finger at the office of the first lady, and now the worst, because now then talk about forgery as well inside the office of the first lady. Then talk about fake receipt, because if then they say this is inconsistent, then they take this receipt for go cross check with the third party when I give the receipt for say, hey, now you give this receipt to tell me small about this receipt back. He said no, not for me give this receipt to. You see the case? But Francis Ben Kelfala still very strong. Yeah, he still make a more stronger one like Abobo. We pass the gear Otwata before he come to. Let me continue with the rest of the interview. We'll come back in between for analyze them.
If I can say the topical one, the much talked about audit report, the 2020 audit report, where the Auditor General Bingulena Parliament, this BNTM, also the audit reports talk about missing billions of loans where certain institutions them not able to account for, and the most prominent one now the office of the president we're not able to account of certain money they would be take for overseas travels, and the ACC according to a press conference owner Olusa say una don't look inside some of the issues them, and una go see how una go start for talk about them.
Correct.
Firstly, as anti-corruption boss, where the audit reports come out for 2020 and the allegations them inside the way you see them, what will be your first impression we come to mind? We talk about the fight against corruption.
Well, firstly, probably not because of me own training and background, and because of me experience with working with supreme audit institutions all over the world. I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Audit issues are audit issues, no matter which country you go to. The only difference we get is in Sierra Leone, we they exaggerate slightly the way how they approach when audit reports come out. Because these are issues raised, these are opinions provided, these are things provided. Then they throw insights into the way how the country has been run financially, and sometimes it's more about systems, processes, people that will not provide documents when they're supposed for, people that will probably be absent, the term auditors, then they, or auditors themselves can give opinions that will sometimes frankly incorrect. So to me, I'll not be shocked, I'll not be surprised. I see them as an opportunity for me to delve into the issue. But I appreciate the fact that Audit Service Sierra Leone, they always do their job. Then they come out with these things, then they throw light into the space, and they give you an opportunity for able to engage with the issues then. So it was more about waiting we could do about this report, we don't come on, than the outrage. I mean, outrage does not solve problem. I believe in action, I believe in solutions, I believe in taking concrete actions and steps. And we got to it immediately. I mean, it didn't even take us 1 week to analyze the audit report and see everything with the inside, identify the issues that were not system issues, the one that way now investigation issues, the one that way, frankly, is just a question of opinion. People that just need to follow the audit recommendations, and we are proceeding with it.
The first time will you ever make a public comment about the 2020 audit reports, now a press conference, also you address members of the media.
Yes.
And you say you don't give a blanket instruction,
yes,
if I can say, for you people detain anybody.
We not give explanation
as to what name they do not the audit report.
Correct.
Detain until after Christmas.
Correct.
Christmas don't pass. How many people again in detention?
In fact,
okay, before we go to how many people, something the way we need for talk on. Now, Francis Ben Kelfala and in team, generally the government, they refer to the audit report as a mere opinion. Well, say now opinion. Yes. I'll tell you one thing. The work of the audit and the work of ACC not same but different. What do I mean? In terms of finding the evidence, not the same. But in terms of the difference, now because the ACC gets prosecutorial powers, then they investigate more, yeah, like law enforcers them, then they prosecute and file the case in a court. Now the difference down there. Whereas the ASL, yeah, the audit service, they only and go and investigate, bring out the evidence them, and then give some waiting. So this time when they talk about opinion, now basically, where for example, we talk about this report just now, Office of the First Lady. If the Office of the First Lady not able for, he can't give receipts, but the receipts then find out say, now for this money, this receipt now so, this receipt now so. Yeah, then they say, okay, for let we draw conclusion into this issue, let we take the receipt here, go to the third party. Then when they go to the third party deny them. Then they come back and give in your opinion into that day. Firstly, take note, they don't find out the evidence, the real proof. They don't see the aid per the case. So they don't see say this case here, so this receipt is different. It totally not speak to the thing where you take the money for. Now one. Then number two, the person where you point finger up and say, now in give this receipt, you don't deny them. So you don't see say now. Criminal business don't dey inside this. Thief business don't dey inside this. Corrupt business don't dey inside this. So what they do, then they come and say, okay, now this will find out too. But from what we find out, it's like say you don't misuse this money. Now then the opinion they can inside. It's like say you don't misuse this money. So in we own waiting conclusion, you forgive this money back. So when they talk about opinion, not only like for say, and then they just come and begin badging say, okay, this na lie. Okay, this receipt here, no imagine say na lie. Okay, in my own opinion, this first lady, it don't corrupt. Not so damn deal. Now, like all this, so we analyze things them in as much as we analyze, but for let you confirm waiting with the analyze, we give you the facts. In as much as some people not trust this platform. In as much as some people they see waiting with the talk as fake talk. But when you look round and round, you look with a very clear lens, you find out say, waiting then they talk. Now we just try for expose. Like for example, in the case of this, 98.1 bring Ben Kelfala in one grain. Even when they presented and they try for challenge on the issue, Ben Kelfala, they pull in voice like for say, now they in charge. No, listen. In this case, listen. So, what do we get for do in that case? Nobody know there for carry on after we. We turn now and watch them particular interviews they are, where they don't do now, their radio or television station they are. We analyze them. Yeah? When Ben Kelfala notice say they want press and so much on certain area, it put up resistance. Sorry. Now they tell you the area, they talk say, no, listen. That is rudeness. But anyway, that's what they can do. From the caretaker, take hand on that's what they do. Whenever they want for press on them, then they come very hard on the person where they interview them. And the people that where they interview them can begin think say, oh, if I not take it easy, something go wrong. Then we get for do this, then we get for do that. Especially if they talk to the caretaker. So now we come inside. So you see all of the things that really happen. Let me continue and listen now to waiting it gets for say with regards this particular audit report.
We got straight into action. We invited a lot of people during that period. For example, the National Minerals Agency, where they say 15.9 billion is missing. Immediately, we go for the finance director and minister of the place. He was arrested, brought to the ACC. The same with the director general of the National Minerals Agency came. Now, just like I had to tell you, audit now a complex situation. Now, when these people came, 15.9 billion has been flagged in the audit report. We asked them, say, what happened? Why are they saying that you are supposed to account? And they say, well, we provided information to the auditors. There is a law in 2017 which gave the National Minerals Agency authority for pay certain money there into an account, then the rest they can keep. But it didn't tell them to use. The law not go as far for say you can use this money for your operation. So that 15.9 billion, basically inside 2020, the National Minerals Agency use them for run the operations. And Ministry of Finance not give them no money because the Ministry of Finance are aware for say their money then they will retain and before run the operations. So it's not like after the explanation given by these people from the the National Minerals Agency, even though we are now going to check forensically how they actually use this money, but you cannot say they are criminals, they stole the money like other people and they react. It's a question of the law, which was unclear, which they interpreted in a way to say they can use it for their runnings. And I remember calling them to a meeting in my office and asking them, where in this law does it say you can use for yourself? They say, well, the law not say so. But once the law we don't say this we can put in the consolidated form, and the rest in not talk say we can put in the consolidated form, we interpreted it to mean we can use it for our operations. And because finance sector they give you money, it means finance sector aware and approve say we can use them that way. Now, we have not concluded that investigation Saturday, but we could not detain them because they gave an intelligent explanation as to why 15.9 billion was flagged in an audit report for this. And these are some of the things we see across the board. So yes, people were arrested, people were brought in, people were there, but just like how I say,
So
they were all given an opportunity to explain. And the one that will give intelligent explanation, we left them. The one that will not give intelligent explanation, we kept them.
quickly, Mr. Commissioner, before my colleague come in, for the purpose of clarification, they say the audit reports not just a mere opinion.
Please patient, Edekam. I've been the network, not to win. Please just be patient. Edekam, GG's no. So basically, Edekam give you another answer to this particular thing.
We not treat them as mere opinion. Now, we go and check. We work with the stakeholders like the parliament, other institutions, them providing for, like for example, this analysis. All we don't do, we hand over to parliament. For men, they now begin the analysis. But before they start, we already give them because the work they do now in support of parliament in the constitutional responsibility. So we they now give them and then go now run with them and know what they do. But no, the Auditor General's opinion is an opinion, but it is not a mere opinion. It is an opinion that we take very seriously and we are acting on it.
We can look at
All right.
the details of the report itself and the stage where the ACC, the Bola take you back. So also you begin to talk about this 2020 audit report will come up.
Okay, please hold on. We can't talk really about the 2020 audit report.
And how the
We will talk about this audit report. But before that, one thing where the Auditor General, Lara, the suspended Auditor General, one thing where it been done actually they talk about in one interview now that most of them government officer, when the auditors them can go meet them for audits they work them, because of them get few things them within the hide, then can choose for left the office, go, now they tell you see, this say are urgent, I get meeting, this say are this, are that. All kind of excuses then they give just for dodge and not for give account for the things them where they don't do for the year. So you find out, say, at the end of the day, when the audit reports don't come up, then don't watch the audit reports. Then find out, say, this thing day, this thing day, this thing day. What thing then they do now? Then they go now to them people there where be done, where the audit report we don't talk about. For example, the first lady go back to this third party, say, I go talk say this thing, make and find, no, make and find. Of course, any company where they work inside the country, when the first lady office go meet her, you know one problem with the government. You need do exactly backdate and all and get the right receipt. So now like this. Then they go back to them people there, go take the receipt them again, say, you want give me problem, eh? Make this thing back, or then give them small things, say, but you say, I make sober. So now, when it comes to the issue of the ACC, what thing they happen? The ACC they come and clear them, say, them the time where them this thing be happen, this person way for give this receipt not been there, this person way been the give this receipt not been there, but they don't count all the receipts. Why you not present the receipts there the time when the auditing process they go on? But then they wait for see whose angle where they report the come out and whose angle where themselves go attack as if nothing no wrong. Then you can now study, consult the lawyers, them, tell them waiting for talk, waiting not for talk. Then beat the system. It go buff case. These now politicians then we they talk about. And these now criminals then we they talk about. Thief man then we they talk about. Then get all kinds strategies for make sure say then get ahead of the system. Then beat the system. Because if the auditor don't come, the audit, not to just 1 month then they do audit. Then they do January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So until they don't begin from now, wait see that they don't already begin the auditing, and they continue like for say January, February, March, like April, May, yeah, from the last year. So 1 year complete and they do, and then they use the remaining year for complete the report, the remaining month for complete the report. So not to 1 month. So you want to tell me say this director, this permanent secretary, this in charge, is they on assignment, urgent business, 6 months complete? No. They all the wait for time. When the audit report will come out, then now they force to take the report. Watch their own side. This thing, they say, yeah, big, go to that dealer quick bar. Tell them, say, arrange this thing for me. You get this small thing. The dealer self, they go make an authentic one, real thing. But the thing will go bad now, the problem will go there now, like the Lebanon, they're not able to make them thing and day because then the thing and day. Some other country, then they will get system, they're not able to do that day. So that day, it will always left unresolved. Whereas you get other cases them, where the ACC get for clear, say, they don't count the receipt and it clear. This is not the strategy where tell we government officials there so they use for beat the system and thief we like big criminals and senior players them. Let's move.
ACC Andulam, you talk say you know come to you as a surprise. I want you explain to listeners and when you say no come to you as a surprise. Now you the lead the fight against corruption, and according to the reports they will come out, the cash loss now about 113 billion euros, we now they run up to about $10 million, and now you the head the fight against corruption. This money, according to the reports we come out, now the highest ever cash loss compared to about 4 years ago. How are not surprised for CC the increase per money them when the country
estimated cash loss. Estimated cash loss, which means not qualified. Okay, not to absolute cash loss. We're not the try for talk say then thief 153 billion. Okay, the auditors they just say, okay, we'll not be getting explanation for this. I just don't tell you a clear explanation about no. I don't just give you a very beautiful example of why audit not for shock anybody with the National Mirrors Agency. There was a law which clearly, the 2017 Finance Act, which they used and interpreted in a way that the auditors obviously did not agree with, now make them still continue for flagam, but they gave us the explanation and we are now looking at it to know whether this is true. I even get a conversation with the minister, the financial secretary on this last week. So basically, why I say I'm not surprised, not of us say the audit report not bad, not terrible, but audit reports all over the world are like that.
So
if you go take the audit report of Ghana, listen, maybe I'll explain to you. Okay?
No, we don't want to compare bad things.
Maybe no. We know they compare bad things them. All I am trying to tell you, I don't sit down na Supreme Audit meetings all over the world at the United Nations. Listen carefully the conversations the way they take place there. I don't get a lot of conversations with Lara on audit issues. No, make a clear that issue there.
Audit report.
No. The only way how we able to educate with people about audit report now we will give them clear comparative analysis of the issue. Audit reports all over the world, they show estimated cash loss because now they do. They check and talk, say this one and not give you explanation, we're happy. But because they not give you explanation, to auditor at that time, no means say somebody thief the money.
So you're not worrisome for the fact, say, estimated cash loss of 113 billion. People never for accounts for them, where the auditors then go to them. The ACC not worry about that?
No. I'm not to tell you, say, this is not to ACC. I say me, as commissioner of ACC, not be surprised. For not be surprised and not be worried, not to... Surprise and worry, not to synonyms. Surprise and worry, not to the same word. For say I'm not surprised, not mean say I'm not worried. But the only thing, it not shock me.
You be expect
because audit reports are like that. Audit reports come out every year for every country. There are issues. Now, a question of what you go do about them. And me, they now explain to una what we don't do about it all over the world. No country, not in the world, Where all this report they come out with the anti-corruption institution, they immediately jump on the issues like how they do and dissect them immediately and come back with the public results, begin investigate. You know they happen anywhere in the world. If we not get example of any country where they happen in the world, we not bring and come up. But so Sierra Leone is the best as far as handling audit issues are concerned because we they show say not to mere opinion, we they take conscientious action against them. So it better let we focus on the actions that we can take and make sure say we hold people that are accountable. Than beginning to worry. Worry now. Show me one issue we worry don't ever solve.
Okay, I think this is not the thing. Yeah, Sierra Leone are the best. Now the entire world in terms of handling audit reports, says Francis Ben Kelfala. The best. Yes. Now the best because they're able to cover up certain things then. Now the best because they're able to make sure say certain things them when a corrupt practice, instead of them take action, then go send and go na prevention mechanism. Say like you don't use 1, 2 billion, 3 billion, you know able to account for them, you not be understand. A systemic problem. But whereas teachers them where we go say na systemic problem, it don't always they happen for let them they take then kayan money na them picking their hand, then go take them, then to line them na cutting tree. Then not a systemic problem. But for the first lady, na systemic problem. For parliament, na systemic problem. This make them be the best in terms of taking decision on the audit reports as prompt as they always they do. They always get black blanket for cover their own interest and get transparent plastic for expose or put the other people in a showroom, make the room fine, make glass, put them inside it, let people and they watch them as if they are the monster, whereas they own them, then keep them. Now like when you say, you take your only lock in a box, so you they put more per other man business. So this not to other man business, now we all country business. If somebody thief, we always talk this. If somebody thief in the last government, please, una charge them, give them fair trial, and find them guilty. If they find them guilty, please let them pay back our money. Not to them people and get the money, now we get the money. But in the case of Usai, you go charge, look for example. You go say Samura Kamara deceived the principal. For we lost this amount of money. Yeah? But in a deceive the principal. But the one we actually use the money over almost billion, you go say no and not be understand. He used the money for do all you want for do, but he say no understand. You go say, for example, this now the minister when they look at the report of the audits, yeah, in the previous years, then they always they say the last government don't really wreck the country. Look what in the audit report they say they don't ever call a mere opinion. But now do me na me own turn. Then they look at them things and they as mere opinion. Then get one word where they can say because caretaker be don't say this not the last commission of inquiry. Then get one word they can say. Do me waiting you like for do me. Tell me waiting you want for tell me. But what happen? Do all what you want for do right now. All man get in your time. So if we how long we go get on this thing? I knock you, you knock me. I knock you, you knock me. How long we go ever go before? No. We get forget a strict thing. Where you don't come and talk this, you don't put this commission of inquiry, tell we say now the last one, okay, now the last one we agree, do the right thing now. Ben Kelfala, you don't sit down now all international audit institution, you get all the ideas them. We good, it's a cool thing. Young guy exposed and they fight corruption in your little way, but we know say we get personal feelings. Certain people and they because in this same interview you talk say certain people and the way they sign indictments for attacking them AI because of the relationship where they between them. But we know say Ben Kelfala don't tell we say in the fight for corruption or against corruption therefore be tough and rough, especially when you they go very close to the one them will give you power. The one them will give you that mantle, that position, that one where they feed you. And we know say it's not easy. For let I just take my finger so I better. When I this finger tomorrow, I get for put me one big mondo on my mouth. Not easy, eh? It really not easy. Well, tomorrow, now Wednesday, we want to look at this 92%. Let we know now from you, because tomorrow now you turn for talk inside we program we call Blue Mind 3 p.m. salon time. Tell me about what do you think. Are you part of the 92% who believe the fight of corruption right now inside the country or the fight against corruption? We go look inside them things then they tomorrow inside we program. Please hit for the like button. Give it 300 likes. We get about 501 people where they watch on YouTube. Please increase the likes for we 510 people. So please like the program for we. And then on Facebook we get about 307 people watching. Please increase the likes for we. Thank you very much. Okay. Quickly, me not there so for talk for the people. They have so for talk about what they happen at the country. Yeah. We not there for believe we not there for anything. We just there for talk about what happen at the country, put the things them together, and then it left to you for make decision. Wise decision. We just want for you see things then when they happen. Okay. And if you're new to this channel, please consider for subscribe. And me people, please hit the follow button or hit for the page, like page na YouTube. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. We appreciate una so much. We appreciate una so much. We appreciate una so much. These are the things that we don't happen. We don't come and talk about waiting don't happen with regards this particular light business CLSG. Where we talk about the light business, we don't hear waiting people them don't talk, all of them things, and I think it's cool for today. Sister admin get well soon, Bible get well soon, yeah. We want for see una up and running. And we want for wish all we viewers them, all we subscribers them, all we followers them, now both YouTube and Facebook. Happy New Year in advance, or you say prosperous New Year in advance. So in other words, we pray say this New Year will bring better things for we country and for we all individually. We pray say this New Year will make we all see ourselves like one people inside one country. Yeah, we appreciate una heart support when I can give to we appreciate una so much. We value una contribution, we value una likes, una views, una comments, una shares. We appreciate una. If not to una, we know for the usa we did so today. We will talk about 26,000. We don't actually get 25,000. How much? Let's see. Almost we don't go now. 25,000 on YouTube. We don't get 25,072 subscribers now. So please, if you not subscribe yet, please do so. Before we end the program, I will show you how to do the subscription again. That is, if you not don't do them yet. We appreciate una so much. We tell una plenty thank you. Una not forget for the follow we page every day for update on things them. Interestingly, most of the things that we talk about are things that other people them don't talk about, but we can come with your analysis because we find out say most of the things them inside the country, not that the journalists they're not professional, not that they don't know waiting for us, but in some cases them you not go able for ask them because the policy of the institution, the interest of the institution where you work for. In some cases, some question in there where you deliberately not go ask certain individual. Because if you do, you will get problem. So we look at the interviews and they and make sure say we come back and analyze. And I want to tell plenty thank you to Mabel and Khadija. We do this particular interview with Ben Kelfala. Then try them best, although Ben Kelfala be some rude at some point, you know, because him be just want for say what he want for say at a point. no one for listening to questions them. I can understand your own point as well. But I want to tell them thank you. I want to tell Radio Democracy, AYV. I want to tell all the other social media platforms them like the Rachel Bangura Davis on Facebook. I want to tell the different. Come on, the names them. I think I want attempting one way before end, and I will get problem for that. You know, but I want to say thank you to all the one them way we don't use the things them now we platform for make sure say we analyze them, yeah, like the people's power, no, not to people's power, the people's liberation movement. The People's Liberation Movement, please follow, I think, Ibrahim Take on Africa on YouTube, yes. And then you get People's Liberation Movements now Facebook. We don't use them, stuff them, yeah. The Comrade Queta, the Cashbox, the Ibrahim, the Rachel, the Matilda Cole, I think. Yes, Matilda, the 98.1, the AYV, the SLBC. I want to tell una all thank you. We una don't give we some things then follow we use them. Like Matilda in some cases are not be they tell you what you use something, but you still appreciate them. We tell you plenty thank you. The Rachel we always think and give we the DJ Ekatin Shaba. Yes, Ekatin Shaba himself, we can do something, can send it to we. Other people them as well. Don't they do a lot of things them here where then they forward to we where we they do. We appreciate una so much. And we as well want to tell Adebayo thank you for where as well they give you some of them things them for where we use them on the YouTube. And the time where they can take for come and now we channel. Want to tell thank you to all the one that we don't they participate and plenty thank you to the one where don't be the backbone for this particular platform. This particular platform from the very first day where we start, where don't they put in money for invest on this thing. Interestingly, it's 50 million, not the benefit anything from this. Anything will get not the benefit from them. But it just thinks if we do more. And I want to tell thank you. So the one that we don't contribute to with PayPal, we don't contribute to MoneyGram, RIA, whatever way, bank transfer. We want to tell una all thank you. Una so much special. You we don't use your time for always they give you something now we super chat and super sticker. Yeah, we want to tell una thank you. We're not able to call names them, but please accept with sincere thanks and appreciation. Yeah, to una all. And most especially, you will self they come and criticize we. You they come, you cause we say we stupid. You come and tell we say na nonsense. You come and tell we say let me go do other thing better, let go find work. But still, you they appreciate and come every day for can listen waiting with the talk. We appreciate you so much. Thank you very much for really choose we had for always they come and listen waiting with the talk. Thank you very much to we wonderful family members them. I mean una all. We appreciate una so much. Me and my brother, one of them days, they will come and talk about this particular channel. What's how we come out, what's how we do right now. You need to know about that one day before the year they roll out, yeah? So we want to tell you thank you. We appreciate you so much. So much. We tell una plenty thank you. And the people where they struggle right now inside Germany, yeah, we just pray say this particular year then go get a better result, and then that bad luck will come for them inside this year 2021. The 2021, I the fold up, so the folder all like matter. It go put them one side, put her inside. In fact, put her inside far born and forget about time, and then they will get a better life na Germany. Yeah. And this government again, if they really mean good for the country, we pray that they do well for the country. If they don't mean good for the country, we pray say this particular 2022 as it be the year of exposure from the African Express. We want to say then we'll continue for the expose them every day. And lastly, I want to tell thank you to the African Express for where themselves don't they allow we for use some of the data them for able for analyze certain things them now the country. We appreciate you now. So we people that we always they call. They want them again. We don't try to for me they try for call almost month today they're not able for make them points na the program. We want to say thank you very much. No lose hope. Continue. you will forget your time inside the program. But the one they will always, I find out some voice, then they will always come inside Blue Mind. They need for teach people them how then they do them. So the one that we're not able for sabi how for come inside quickly, we're able for get them. Because I feel saying by timing. If person they talk right now, you dey listen, you watch the time where the person they talk and gauge, say, okay, this na 3 minutes they talk for. As it go 2 minutes, 45 seconds, you know say left 15 seconds, you call. When you call, you must enter as it is done so, you will call, you end you can inside. Because sometimes some people call can they inside with the same, but because other person they talk, we not going to be good for cut other person. Yeah, so that they all a problem. And again, I want to say, the one they all, you know, some people and they well, one way or the other, we don't hurt them, we not even know. We want to say sorry to una all. Yeah, we're not perfect. We don't make mistakes, but please, una pardon we just try for do things for we country, yeah? Not get in our heart for that, we not get anything. That is why I will make reference to this point. There is a guy called General Kaloko. I get this number when a number. So basically, you know, we can use certain things that even in your stuff themselves, we can use them now. We can use the green movement and stuff now. By the way, tomorrow, SLPP convention, yeah, na bow. So we will get for try for see if we get feed and link them to you let you see waiting they happen there. So waiting happen. I reach out to General Kaloko for say, okay, General, like this thing we all in on social media, and as much as you get a view, I get me view, follow it. So like a call and not to impick. I don't know if now you because me not sabi myself. A voice I not able to know if I know him. The person say no, not to General. But later, the person reply say, what you want? Be careful. Why you call me? Then I say, come on. This, it not mean say if you get different view, me get different view, we are enemies, yeah? We can discuss certain things that we get for do something. If you are notice say you get something, if I get interest on I go in for so we don't mean any bad for we safe. We are not mean bad for anything. So please, anybody we reach out to, it not mean anything. Now only when a SLPP person, staunch SLPP person, when we reach out to you, you give you voice, you go able for see say this platform not to APC platform. We dey reach out to everybody. Anybody will able for reach out to. Now only if you give you voice, you not see we like opposition, give you voice, talk into the program, we go able for get understanding of what you dey do. But if you ignore we, then we not go understand though, and people not go understand at all. So let we all see we self like one people inside one country. We not mean bad for anybody. And some other people, and the way one way or the other, we don't discuss some things, then we hurt them. Yeah, where even some people them take to this minute here. I go talk this now. Yeah, like for example, one time in the for this Germany business, we talk say some people and they not take on this particular program for them people in Germany. Yeah, so we say, but we don't go, not a problem. Other people and go say, like certain people and they will take offense. Like for example, Ibrahim take offense, personal offense. Ibrahim take offense. Ibrahim will be in the talk. We don't reach out to Ibrahim several times. Ibrahim not the reply to we, not the respond, no nothing. Just don't malice we totally. And me don't reach out to Quetta, talk to Quetta for reach out to Ibrahim. You know, they not get back to me with it with Dandy. Ibrahim not get back to me. I don't continuously call him because I the still see and say na a big brother, you know, whatever thing we for able for done with. And the reason why I come here because na here the thing begin, and I feel safe anything, we not get bad mind for anybody. We not see this still like a competition. Yeah, we see them like for say we do them for the love of our country. So we talk about here for anybody we feel say we hurt them one way or the other way. We don't know, we not conscious. Please, everybody, we say very sorry to anybody where we don't hurt. Whether you're not SLPP, you're not APC, you're not NGC, you're not C4C, you're not I call it Unity Party. Anybody, Sierra Leone, anybody where we hurt, knowingly or unknowingly, we want to say we honestly sorry on behalf of me and my brother, on behalf of the entire management, and on behalf of you, where they watch me right now, we want to say very sorry. If we don't hurt anybody, where we don't make mention of, where you know, we still open up to anybody, we show love to everybody. We not get that kind of way where we want to see, say, this not fighting. We get the, well, I don't know if it's not the same cause, but we did look at something, say, this government, they do something, we not right to the people. We all established platforms, social media platforms. So please, not take anything what we say personal. Yeah, as long as if today you dey opposition, for example, other person criticize you, you vex, then I dey wonder now if you go into governance, you get position, other person criticize you, how you go handle this thing? Let we see ourselves like brothers, yeah? I get a whole lot of reason. Person in waiting, I know they can go anything into 2022. Anything where I get in 2021 at the left fire. At the left fire because I want for let we see the country first. Yeah, take Bio, if you feel say waiting we they do, you not like them, please change. We not mean for the always come at you and your government. We just want the best for we country. Fatima, we don't mean for always they come at you. We just want you for no say you now we first lady, a respectable position. You have to behave like the first lady. So please, 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 if you all feel say waiting we don't talk na ya, don't hurt una please find somewhere in your heart for forgive we, and but at the same time, una change. If una not change, we back now will change you. Especially to the two, the first lady and the caretaker. Please, we want una for be role model. We don't want una politics not about lies. Politics is about telling the people they're waiting at the right thing. Now, only way you tell them the truth, you're able to clear something. But if you lie to the people them right now, and then the people find out for tomorrow saying a lie, you they lost more trust. How long you will continue for lie to the people? How long you will continue for embarrass the people? How long you will continue for kill the people? How long you will continue for imprison the people and because they say something? How long you will continue for be opposition when you now the leader of the country? Of course, now you now the caretaker of the country. Please, Sierra Leone, let we see we serve like one. And in some cases, sometimes we can see some things then the way they go out on the social media were really, really fake. Where some people and just sit down and create some things them about this government where not to so. Please, then things then they let we know they do them. If fine, let you find the real thing, attack the issue and embarrass them rather than you create something way fake. Because what thing they happen, people know they get trust in what you they do. Because if they find out say most of the time what you they pull now you create and fake something, you can find out say you they pull out something way very, very correct. But they know the value again because always they know you for a fake something. Now to the IG. IG, we know say really, you dey work under the influence of the vice president and the caretaker. Please, you get for no say you get a responsibility. When tomorrow come, now you then the whole responsible for some of them things then they you can go probably go say you fire tear gas, you smell them, me smell them. Certain things then they look at you treat the issue of LG. Whereas you get other things like the Prince Adding and other people them where you get different where you deal with them. In fact, you declare LG wanted and declare Prince Adding free man. It's a very bad thing. Let us treat everybody like one and equally before the law. So I'm not able to touch on all things today. So with all things today, I think say we could just make a few comments no more on some of them things they are so where we talk about so today. Okay, so I want to say thank you very much to una all. Thank you very much to una all. We appreciate una all so much. Please, let me just see we say certain thing and then we can tell you say even if SLPP they get program, listen to SLPP program. You know what happen? If you listen there, you do know what in and they up to. Sometimes and very importantly again, wow, I left out the one that we can forward a them video, audio, sticker, whatever things them to we. We want to tell una thank you. Una we can forward them. Then thing and in some cases them can help we so much. Yeah, then things they do una because we are not the all side, but una now we are them. So please no relent. Continue for send. Sometimes there's some people that we're not able to open a message that moment say, but we open our see them, we feel say important for the people they know about them, we can use them. Sometimes and then we not can use some things they not feel down. Say, hey, me I fall something, they not use them, no, not feel that way. Then we will get for use them. Continue for the forward them. One day we will use your own stuff for you to send away. Okay? Thank you very much to una all. We appreciate una all so much. If not to una, 2 years ago, we started with just 2 subscribers, myself and my wife. It go 3 by Buye. It go 4 5. Now we dey talk about 25,000 and more subscribers on YouTube. We all know say sometimes we dey get 800 people where they can watch one live program on YouTube. Where programs they now the content we don't dey watch. It's not easy na YouTube, but Facebook, yeah, people in the kind a lot. Even when they can say it's difficult na Facebook, but a lot of people they come. We appreciate una all, una credit una they use for buy una data. Especially the one them where they inside we are, then they really suffer for buy data for come to we. We appreciate una, we dey down for una. We are doing this for you guys. So we dey down for una. We love una so much. For all una time una they take for watch we, for participate, everything we dey down for una. We love una so much. My friends them, because sometimes you get friends, but because sometimes it attach inside this particular regime, it see you like for say you na this. Some friends go avoid you not. We want for say please, we all are still brothers. We love una so much. Until we meet again inside another beautiful edition of we program where we call Blow Your Mind. On behalf of the team, we want for say thank you very much. God bless we all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Good night. Bye-bye.
This government, every week, they get explanation. Every week, something they happen, we pass them can explain. It reach tell people and they fed up with the explanation. And that is what we are doing now.
Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All waiting you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for your help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.